Myanmar military replaces Air Force chief amid bombing campaign. Maung Kyaw, a general under U.S. sanctions, reportedly removed from the post he had held since 2018. Myanmar's military leader has removed the head of the Air Force, media and sources close to the armed forces said, after a series of deadly bombing raids to crush resistance that drew global condemnation. Sources told the Reuters news agency that 57-year-old Maung Kyaw, a general from an elite military background, had been replaced in the post he had held since 2018. Two of the sources said Tunham, who had been the Air Force's chief of staff, took over the position. The change in personnel came as the military reportedly carried out on Thursday another air raid in Hijyain, a town in the Sagaing region. According to the Kakin news group, armed residents in the town have reportedly been fighting with the military since Wednesday evening. There was no public announcement that Maung Kyaw had been removed, and Reuters was unable to establish why military leader Min Aung Hlaing had removed him. But the 11 Myanmar news website quoted military spokesman General Zaw Min Tun as saying that Maung Kyaw had completed his service. According to our military protocol, he, General Maung Kyaw, will remain as SAC member. His chief of staff has become Commander-in-Chief, Air. It was just like the way Admiral Maung became Commander-in-Chief, Navy, after his predecessor Admiral Tin Aung San ended his service of duty, the spokesman said. Since the military seized power in a coup on February 1 last year, triggering mass protests and a resistance movement, the Air Force has been used to ferry troops around Myanmar to quell opposition. Witnesses say the Air Force has also been used for bombing raids that have killed civilians. The military has not commented on the allegations and says it does not go after civilians. On Thursday, the Karen Information Center reported that military air attacks on Tuesday destroyed a hospital in the Dlo township in Karen state. The military, which has jailed elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi and most of her allies, calls the opposition forces loyal to her deposed government terrorists. The Assistance Association for Political Prisoners, AAPP, a human rights group, says more than 1,400 people have been killed in violence since the coup, including those killed in bombing raids. The military disputes the reported number of casualties. Partying in London and Santorini. Maung Kyaw was the subject of a Reuters investigation last year that revealed his family members, including his son and nephew, were part of a young generation of military families with business interests that included supplying the armed forces. Photos and postings on social media, showing parties at expensive venues in Singapore and trips to Bangkok, London and Santorini, showed his family members enjoying a lifestyle well beyond the reach of the vast majority of Burmese. Maung Kyaw, to his had sanctions imposed on him by the United States over his role in the coup, did not respond to questions Reuters sent to the military before the publication of its investigation. In recent weeks, aerial bombardment of the town of Loi Khor in eastern Kaya state, bordering Thailand, where ethnic armed groups have joined forces with newly formed anti-coup organizations, has forced thousands of people to flee. Opponents of the military say Myanmar's army has sustained heavy losses during the fighting. The military has not commented on the reports that it has suffered heavy losses. Elsewhere, the Irrawaddy news website reported on Thursday that at least 3 residents of a village in the Sagaing region were killed by military troops during a raid on Monday. Among the deaths was reportedly a person with a mental illness. Pictures posted on social media by the Irrawaddy showed what resembled a consumed human body. Al Jazeera couldn't autonomously check the report.